I give the two questions each panelist. Then appreciate your answers. The first one is Dr. Sare.
Thank you.
Yeah. So your CCS is very, very important technologies in order to reduce the CO2 emission. Then according to the Professor Shul, so there are a lot of the storage capacity in Indonesia. So how do you think about the CCS in Indonesia? CCS will shift to the business or commercialize? And
Yeah.
Also another question is, what is your expectation to the network? Two questions.
Very good. A very good point, Pak Kimura. I think number one, we see that CCUS will play a more important role in Indonesia as well as in ASEAN countries, because we don't have much option to mitigate the CO2 emission. We have the limited capacities to deploy the full scale of renewable, so that we need this if you like, negative emission technology. But again, I think we need support from other countries, because as the stage is now, the cost associated with all chains of technology on the CCUS is still high. So we really looking at like the solar PV, how we can see that the cost is down and down and down.
Yeah.
So we hope it will happen on the CCUS as well. Secondly, I think we have been enjoyed a very good cooperation with METI on the Gundi project, as Professor Sule has mentioned. And I think we can copy this types of cooperation, how we can increase the scheme, either bilateral or multilateral or B2B scheme that can employ the CCUS in Indonesia. If, say, oil companies, power companies in US, in Australia, in Japan, employing the CCUS on their to reduce their CO2 emission, then we hope they will also employ that when they operate in ASEAN countries. That's our expectation. So we're optimistic, Pak Kimura. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And one more question to the Sarets. Professor Shur mentioned about the capex is very huge, and Dr. Sari also you mentioned a huge capex. So how about is MEMR attitude? So if holding company like Malaysian companies or Thai company is invest to the Indonesia to develop the storage, then they can get the some capacity of share capacity. It is depend on the share of the investment. So that Indonesia is you invite or welcome or for investor to the CCS activities.
Yeah, I think we're looking forward actually two types of scheme, Pak Kimura. Number one is existing oil and gas production facilities.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, we may develop a pure CO2 business. If you say that, like our colleague from Japan or Malaysia or others will, do an investment on just CCUS business, then I think the treatment will differ than when it's developed by the oil companies. I yet to respond your number two question before that. We see the network, the CCUS network, again, it's very timely.
Okay.
And I think we hope we in addition that we talk on the knowledge sharing and capacity building, from our perspective, Pak Kimura, then we hope that we can also do like the project development initiatives. Okay, we can ask our colleagues from Australia, from US, and Japan to support ASEAN countries to make one or two project development activities in Indonesia and other ASEAN countries. That's our expectation, actually, Pak Kimura.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Saret. And next, so I have same question to the this, but first question is different. So you have Barampaya gas field, and now it's almost dry. So that Marampaya gas field is one of option for the storage of the CO2. So that how do you think about the this idea for Philippine DOE, and also appreciate to give me the your expectation to the network.
Well, first on the Malampaya, the operator is of course saying between 2024 to 27, it may run dry, no, and therefore no gas anymore.
Yeah.
But then there are other areas, surrounding areas of Malampaya that can still be developed and being evaluated now for possible oil and gas.
Okay.
And initially, if there's going to be oil and gas, then the pipeline connecting Malampaya to Luzon will still be used to deliver the product. Okay. On the other hand, if Malampaya pipeline, if there's going to be no more gas or oil in Malampaya, and that well is going to be targeted for CCUS for storage, then there are several issues. First, the pipeline alone is 500 kilometers away from Batangas, where you have the power plants. Okay, so there are now about 3,000 megawatts of installed natural gas power plants, plus maybe another 600 of coal-fired power plants in the area. So these are candidates actually for CCUS, no, and to bring to Malampaya. But will there be enough of economy to bring that volume of CO2 produced by the 5 or 6 power plants to Malampaya well with that 500-kilometer distance? So that's the basic issue. Then the other concern is, of course, there are many other power plants everywhere, scattered everywhere in the country. If CCUS will be decided to be utilized, how attractive, how economical will it be for us to mandate, for example, for each power plant of this size to CCUS, carbon capture and storage? So that's another item.
Okay.
On the expectations from the network, I think the forum will serve as mainly going to be an exchange of information. Okay. But then there are a number of members that can really be of help, both government, both private. And so one expectation from the network is actually the partnership, the creation of partnership. Maybe ERIA can help Philippines identify what government, what organization can help us reevaluate the potential of CCUS in the country. On the loss itself, I think we will really need a lot of what needs to be there to guide the different players. We don't know yet. Will government undertake the CCUS program, or government will just issue the policy and have private sector implement it? So if private sector will be asked to implement, what are the laws, what are the guidelines, what are the incentives that may need to be provided for them to come in and participate?
Yeah, thank you very much. And network is consists of the private companies and the government, so that network can give the some opportunity to talk between the private sectors and the government sectors.
Yes, the partnership.
Partnership. Yeah, thank you very much. And Kawaguchi-san, so I have a question to you. So what is your expectation or request to member country of the network like ASEAN as a Japanese government? Thank you very much.
Well, okay, a lot of expectation from my side, but I think one thing which you can, again, for example, if I heard that from Jess that in the Philippines, the strategy CCUS is still not playing a
Yes.
role in your strategy.
Mm.
I think, but in Indonesia, CCUS plays a role, but in other ASEAN countries, we are still not sure. So I think, first it is important to put this technology again into the pocket of all the ASEAN members. But to do that, I think what we need is, all the government may better, is better to have a CCUS division and specialize a CCUS expert. Then those policymakers can discuss what we can, discuss and what we can collaborate. That's my suggestion. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. And network continue to discuss about these issues. And finally, is last not least is I have also two questions to the Professor Shur. You mentioned you are a really technical person and engineering. You are engaging the CCUS engineering, so that you understand the how to implement the CCUS. The problem is no policy support and no budget. So that maybe also you touch upon the carbon credit. So if carbon credit is realized, maybe we can face the different world. So that this policy like a carbon price or carbon credit is how contribute to the implementation of the CCUS. That's the first question. And also, Professor Shur, what is the expectation to the network?
Yes, thank you, Kimura-san. So to answer your first question, based on our study in Gundi field and also in Tangguh field, we found that by injecting the CO2, there will be incremental hydrocarbon production. And economically, the operator and government will get gain, although it is very, very limited. Yeah. So if it is combined with the carbon credit, selling carbon credit, of course, it will be very, very attractive. Yeah. Okay. For the Gundi, we thank you very much because we are on the preparation to implement joint crediting mechanism. So it means that the capex, the capex could be covered by JCM funding. So that's why Gundi is special. Okay, for the regulation, of course, we want to secure the stakeholder when they are doing CCUS implementation. So currently we are in the initial discussion between the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources and also some institution that could be act as the resource person, resource institution. And hopefully one technical regulation could be produced in a short time. Maybe we will imitate or we will make use also the current SOP like TC265 or the other standard of operation for creating this regulation. But on the other side, in order to monetize the CO2 injection or CCUS to become more economically, we need another regulation. And we don't know how to create that one, but this is our homework, of course. Yeah. And then for second question, your second question, yes, we expect that in this Asia CCUS Network, we could get information from the member countries. Maybe it could be one opportunity that the other member is the problem. So that's why we have to collaborate in this area in Asia, because we believe that cooperation, communication, and integrity is the key success in our cooperation later. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Shur, and thank you very much all panelists for your great contribution to the panel session 1. So I again apologize to my poor time management. So 30 minutes is over. This panel session 1. Again, thank you very much for all the panelists for your participation and again the contribution. So Pumin, I back the microphone to you. Thank you, Pumin.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sikoru Kimura, for your excellent facilitation of the panel discussion today. Also, a big thanks for all panelists for your insight and contribution. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, today's launching of Asia CCUS Network is very successful, and we are very grateful for your participation and support to the launching of Asia CCUS Network. We are also very pleased to inform you that press release of today's launching of Asia CCUS Network is available in our website, that is www.asiaccusnetwork-area.org. Day 2 forum, which is tomorrow, we will report detail of Asia CCUS work plan. And we also have a series of panel discussion on Japan CCUS showcase in Asia region, and also a panel discussion on promoting private sector investment in the CCUS project in ASEAN, and also a panel discussion on financing scheme for deployment of CCUS in Asia. Day 2 forum will discuss detail of this issue, and we look forward to your participation tomorrow. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, we wish you a very good afternoon and see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Pumin.
Thank you, Pak Pumin.
Thank you, Pumin.
Thank you, Director.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. See
Thank
you
you, Dr. Saleh.
Thank you, Pak Jess. Thank you, Pak Sule.
Yeah. Sampai jumpa lagi ya.
Mahal.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you,
yeah.
everyone.
For your
Bye.
great contribution. Thank you.